I'm gonna address this shit one time only for y'all, gang. Bro. My whole term, I did everything the correct way.
Chrisean really shook the whole internet when she started exposing Blueface, claiming he was getting flipped inside prison, and nobody saw this twist coming at all. She's been on his case nonstop since he came home, but saying her own child's father was getting treated like a favorite behind bars had people losing their minds. She even said Blue had to do favors for a few dudes inside just to keep himself protected. And that's wild to hear from someone who was supposed to be his ride or die.
Photo of Blueface before and after prison. This is quite a change. This is Blueface before going to prison, and this is the new Blueface too. We have the Chase logo. Are you a scammer? Maybe you just like trapezoids, I don't know. And then we have what looks like a Washington Nationals logo in between his eyes. Or maybe it's Walgreens. Maybe he always wanted to be a pharmacist. Maybe he has a perk habit. I don't know what this W means.
And remember those strange photos he took? According to her, the guys he was locked up with told him to pose exactly like that. People had already been questioning his vibe before prison, but Chrisean claims he went all the way in once he got locked up. Folks expected him to be the one running the show in there, but she's out here saying he wasn't the one leading anything at all.
Listen to you.
You got the lubricant?
What? All the f***ing lubricant, baby. You know this motherfucker Wi-Fi.
What if I want to go in the box?
Yeah.
Hey, you with it, huh?
Is it kind of weird that the first day out of prison, Blueface is suggesting some type of action to his woman? Or do you guys think that this is just normal behavior for them and that is what he was doing before he went to prison?
And again, this is coming from his baby mama, so the whole situation hits different. She says the reason these rumors even started is because Blue doesn't look, act, or move the same way he did before he went in. Blueface came out looking like a whole different person, packing on almost 30 extra pounds and covering his face with a bunch of wild tattoos that look like he let someone doodle on him during a bus ride. His whole face turned into a messy sketchbook overnight, and people couldn't stop staring.
Oh, shit. What was that?
Was it a girl or a guy?
What kind of question was that? Stop playing with me, bro.
So it was a girl?
I'm trying to relate to bro.
Why are you relating?
I told you I took self-defense classes.
Bro, what are you relating for?
At first, everyone thought those tattoos were gang codes from whatever crew he linked up with inside. But once folks zoomed in, it was obvious they weren't gang-related at all. They were just random symbols slapped everywhere with no meaning. He really tatted himself with the Telegram logo, Walgreens, Major League Baseball, St. Louis Vibes, Washington Nationals, even Chase Bank, like he's a walking billboard or something.
I posted these pics on Instagram a couple months ago. Check the material. Very much she a baddie, she knows she a 10, she a baddie with her baddie friends. Why did this happen after? I wasn't gonna go there, but babe, I'm bored.
That's when people started whispering that maybe he ruined his face on purpose so the dudes inside wouldn't try anything with him. And honestly, the theory doesn't sound too crazy. Blue used to be a clean-cut pretty boy, the type a lot of guys behind bars might stare at a little too long, so people think he tried to make himself unapproachable fast. One person even said, I hope he didn't do all that to try and make himself unattractive because the Boots bandits don't care. Another person said Blue had to do whatever he had to do inside just to keep himself safe, and that's why he's moving different now.
Are you gay?
No.
People keep pointing out how he doesn't look or act the same at all since coming home, and the streets haven't stopped talking. Blue only added more heat to the rumors when he got caught talking a little too wild with Chrisean while they were on a stream with DDG. The two were on the phone getting flirty, and out of nowhere, Blue started asking questions that had everybody raising their eyebrows. He started hinting at wanting to try some things with her later that night that most straight couples don't usually lead with, and fans did not miss the timing. People were like, hold up, since when is Blue into that? And hearing him say all that right after getting out of jail had folks connecting dots fast.
Booty cheeks out here, you in here looking for chick. You ain't gay, is you?
What makes the whole situation even messier is that Chrisean had already hinted before that Blue went through situations inside that changed him, and most people thought she was just talking for attention. If you remember when Chrisean and Blue were publicly going back and forth after she was accused of messing around with Offset, she clapped back with something way heavier than people expected. Blue tweeted saying, "Being tatted on a girl is not a flex. You literally slept with Cardi B husband couple weeks ago. I'm tired of men looking at me while they sleep with you." That tweet alone had the internet spinning. Chrisean didn't back down either. She fired back saying, "Let's talk about how I saw gay corn in your recent search history. That's why I honestly got the cover up, bro. I had zesty man on my neck. Nothing wrong with being bisexual. Just let a girl know before she falls in. Love, weirdo." And when she said that, people realized she wasn't just throwing random shots. She sounded like she meant every word.
Why are you gay?
I'm not gay. I told you I'm pansexual.
Why do you like men?
What's even wilder is that this wasn't the first time she hinted at Blue being into things he never wanted to speak on. She had made similar comments before, so it didn't look like some heat-of-the-moment insult. It sounded like something she had been holding onto for a while. And then there was that moment on HypeCeleb's stream where Blue casually confessed he had once slept with a little person, and Chrisean immediately asked him if the little person was a man or a woman. And that's not even the end of the allegations people keep throwing at Blue, especially the ones coming from folks in the LGBTQ scene who claim he was moving real different behind the scenes. The popular drag performer Cole Kerrigan came out a while back saying Blue slid into his DMs trying to link up, which had the whole internet buzzing instantly. Cole even posted a clip claiming he had proof of Blue acting way too friendly, and that alone had social media going wild. Of course, Blue denied the whole thing the moment it hit the blogs. Blue came out saying, "I'm not suing nobody for no defamation. If y'all believe that that's on you, this stuff is all entertainment for me. Literally every time I open these apps, I separate my reality from this virtual world where everyone is pretending and lying for likes and approvals. I am the truth." And that response only added more heat to the conversation. But what really made people look at him sideways was that strange habit he had of constantly asking his young son questions nobody thought were appropriate. A video went viral showing Blue pressing his kid with questions that no parent should be asking a child, especially at that age. People were confused and upset, wondering why a grown man would bring up topics a child should never have to deal with. Fans called it uncomfortable, unnecessary, and straight up weird. And it made folks question what was going on in Blue's head for him to focus on that instead of normal things a parent should care about. Things got so strange that people started calling out Blue for bringing dancers into his home around his kid, trying way too hard to prove something that nobody asked him to prove. Folks were like, why is he even doing all that in the first place when a child should be nowhere near grown-up behavior like that at all? And as if that wasn't wild enough, an old clip resurfaced of Blue at the Bad Boys Club auditions, where he was interviewing a group of men. Instead of asking regular audition questions, he kept pressing them about their orientation like that was the only thing he cared about, and people instantly noticed how off that whole exchange felt. Some viewers even joked that it looked like he wasn't auditioning anyone. It looked like he was scouting for someone to leave with. The whole vibe had folks raising eyebrows and arguing about what Blue was really trying to hide. Now look, nobody's saying for sure that Blue went through something in prison, but with the face full of random tattoos, the sudden personality switch, and him asking Chrisean about trying things the moment he came home, it's hard for people not to notice the pattern. The streets swear something happened in there, and they're convinced it changed him in ways he doesn't want to talk about. One person said, "It's common that men in jail mess with each other. They just can't seem to maintain any kind of restraint at all, and it's truly embarrassing." Another person said, "Why would Blue have girls around his son dancing? Shaking my head now, I believe Chan about him being weirdo." And that comment alone sent the whole internet into another meltdown. But now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Chan exposing Blue for allegedly getting touched in prison? And do you think he might have been into men even before he went inside? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share this video. And I'll see you on the next one.